There is no sin in you being tempted. The sin happens when you give in to the temptation. Come here. Okay? I said, oh, free me now. I learned a new word or term, or whatever you want to call it. It's called false guilt. I was like, wait a minute. False guilt is a thing? So this is how it was introduced. It says, if you feel guilty because you were tempted, you noticed an attractive person jogging down the street, you considered lying to your boss about why you were 15 minutes late on Zoom call, you really wanted to eat your kids' Halloween candy, that is false guilt. You don't need to feel bad because it's not a sin to be tempted. So he's talking about how you have these thoughts to do things that you know aren't necessarily good, and you feel bad because you're having the thoughts, but you did not actually act on it. And so he's saying that is a type of false guilt. And I was like, wait, I didn't even know that was a thing. But I find myself feeling guilty about things that thoughts that I have, situations that I find myself tempted in, and just beating myself up, self-condemnation. And the word says there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. But anyway, false guilt is the feeling of guilt or shame that's not based on wrongdoing or personal values, but rather on fear of disapproval. It can be self-destructive and harmful to relationships with yourself, others, and God, because you are already condemning yourself. You're already beating yourself up about something that you didn't even do. You thought about doing it, right? And then it talks in the book about how Jesus was tempted on a mountain. He was tempted, yet he did not sin. So there is no sin in you being tempted. The sin happens when you give in to the temptation. Come here. Okay? I said, oh, free me now. I said, oh, free me now, because I be beating myself up. I really beat myself up, and I have a lot of thoughts. You get mad at somebody, and then you thinking about stuff in your head. You're like, what you gonna say back? Then you rehearsing the event in your head. And I'm like, Lord, I need to stop thinking about this. Da, 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 da. I didn't do it, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm beating myself up because I'm thinking about it. Okay? So that's false guilt. Have you ever experienced that? Are you a victim or a person who suffers from false guilt?